What's good? How's it going? Welcome to my channel. Now, if you've been subscribed for the past few months, you're probably thinking, yo, doesn't this dude just do skits? To answer your question, yes. But I've also been thinking about trying something new. And speaking of new, it's finally August, baby! Which means two things. One, 2020 is almost over. And two, it's almost Halloween. That's right, baby, Halloween. Which means it's the only time of the year that you can dress up as whatever you want and not get beat up by the neighborhood bully. That's right, you can dress up as a spooky ghost, a spooky goblin, a spooky sorority cat, whatever you want. Another thing that Halloween is good for is scary movies. And today we're going to be talking about the scariest movie of all time. So the movie opens with our main characters Leslie and Jennifer pulling into the driveway after coming home from grocery shopping. And as they're walking into the house, Jennifer just forgets that her mom's behind her and locks her out. And when she sees her mom at the back door, she's just like, uh-oh, Mom, what are you doing back there? Jennifer then leaves to go to this science and horror fiction convention with her friend Stacy, and we are introduced to the worst friend in the entire world.
Jennifer? Can I borrow $175? No.
But Jennifer, it's only $175.
But Jennifer, it's a number 12.
Stacy then wants to go see this fortune teller, and she kind of tells Jennifer the most vague fortune ever.
I see the sign of the pentagram on your face!
She then tells her that she sees a fight between two animals in the near future for Jennifer, and she's not having that, like, at all.
$10 to find that out?
Back at home, we're finally introduced to Leslie's husband, Howard.
Sorry I'm late for dinner.
It's okay, I saved you some.
Huh?
It's the recipe I told you about on the phone today. It's really good for you. Seaweed spinach quiche with cultured yak butter. It's delicious.
Oh. Looks good.
Come on, Howard, at least pretend to be enthused. Oh.
Looks good.
Leslie then tries to tell Howard how they're losing the excitement in their marriage and that they should do something this weekend. And this man just does this. The next day, we see Howard watching football with the boys.
Come on, knock it off and watch the game, will you?
When Leslie tries to talk to Howard, he offers her his beer, and that pisses Leslie off.
Oh, thanks, honey.
Thanks, honey. Thanks, honey.
Yes!
As she's driving through town, she remembers that she has to pick up a flea collar for her dog. And this is where things start to get wacky.
Anyone here?
Oh God, does he just do that to all of his customers? I hope not.
Anything I can do for you?
I need a collar. A flea collar.
So after he gives her 4 flea collars,
Anything else?
I don't think so.
Compliments of the house.
she walks outside and then has her purse stolen by the world's snarkiest criminal.
Hey, wait! My purse! Stop! Stop that man! He's a thief! Stop him! Oh, damn! Stop!
So after this guy is chased all over town, Mr. Thropping is somehow able to catch up with him. And instead of saying something, he just does this. After giving her purse back, Mr. Thropping then follows Leslie to this restaurant.
May I buy you lunch?
As they're sitting there, drinking, having a good time, Jennifer and Stacy show up and they automatically think that Leslie's cheating on her dad.
I'm a married woman.
I can respect that.
Maybe you should hold off giving her the flowers.
So after the waiter brings out the food, Mr. Thropping just runs away.
What's the matter?
Like, my man, if you are afraid of fire, why would you order the flaming tartare?
And 2 orders of steak tartare.
So after leaving Leslie with the bill, she follows him back to the pet shop.
I knew you'd be back.
How dare you?
Would you like a drink?
I think I've had enough for one afternoon, thank you.
Why don't we make love then?
I'll have a double martini.
Okay, so my man literally did this. Yo! Would you like to have a drink? No, get out! Okay. How about we make love? I mean, damn. If you're offering. So after they have a few drinks, they decide to get a little frisky.
Jesus! Bleeding!
Yep, that's right. Mr. Thropping just bit her toe. Yeah, maybe don't let creepy strangers bite your toes. Boy's looking like an off-brand Kylo Ren. So the next morning, Leslie wakes up and automatically thinks that she's in a nightmare because her teeth are sharp.
Wake up, Leslie. You're having a nightmare.
After realizing that she's not in a nightmare, she does what any normal person would do. She calls the dentist.
Mrs. Shaver, the doctor will see you now.
Good, thank you.
Somehow she's the first person on the waiting list, even though all of these people have been there before her. And this is where we get to meet Dr. Rod.
Dr. Rodriguez, the cavity mTOR at your service. Please call me Dr. Rod. So, you're here for a drilling or a filling?
That's right, he does the drilling and the filling.
Did you realize we're dealing with here? The artist teeth not to man.
So after Dr. Rod isn't able to fix her teeth, she makes her way to the deli. Now, the strangest part about this movie that I've noticed is that every single scene introduces a new character that we just never see again. Like this old lady, we're never gonna see her again. The man behind this counter, never again. Dr. Rod, we don't see him ever again. So what's the point?
I'll take a pound of hamburger.
2 pounds and get a free matzah.
1 pound is plenty.
Something I can get for you?
She just grabs this old lady's meat.
So after a long day out on the town, Leslie finally makes it home. And just in time for the Halloween party, baby! She then does this.
Oh, Mrs. Shaver, you got a lot of talent.
Leslie. Why don't you snack on this while I go freshen up? If you want some dessert, come up and see me, okay?
Which I'm pretty sure warrants some jail time because he's still in high school?
Damn, you sure got a hot mom.
Damn girl, your mom is hot as fuck! So after seducing this child, she runs upstairs to get ready.
What? There's somebody in here!
Oh, Mrs. Shaver. It's me, Ralph.
Go away, you little pervert!
So Jennifer runs upstairs and finds out that her mom is acting really strange. And so when she goes to see what's up, her mom does this?
Mom, you're a... What the hell are you?
Get out of here! Get out of here! Get out of here!
Jennifer then runs to go tell Stacy that her mom's a werewolf. And as she goes to the front door, she finds Mr. Thropping just standing there.
Dennis.
I'm here to speak to you, Mother.
She's, not herself tonight. She's upstairs in her bedroom.
Jennifer then runs over to Stacy's house to tell her that her mom is a werewolf. And Stacy reacts like the worst friend ever.
Help me. My mom's a werewolf.
You come barging in here, interrupt what might have been the most important phone call in my life, and tell me that your mom's a werewolf?
I mean, my mother's a real honest-to-goodness werewolf.
Big deal. My mother's a cow.
The next night, Jennifer and Stacy return to Jennifer's house to try to change her mom back into a human. Stacy tells Jennifer that the only way to turn her mom back into a human is if they kill the original werewolf. So Stacy asks Jennifer what all she brought to kill the werewolf, and she pulls out garlic, holy water, and a cross. All things to kill a vampire.
What do we have to protect ourselves with? We've got these. Look, I hate to break the news, but they only work on vampires.
Are you sure?
Yes.
And now we're at the best part in the entire movie, the battle scene. Stacy tells Jennifer that the only thing that can kill a werewolf is a silver bullet. Well, they don't have a silver bullet, so what does Jennifer do? She duct tapes a fork to a stick.
This could get kind of hairy. You telling me?
So as the two werewolves are going at it upstairs, the cops show up.
Between your driving and your chili bean lunches, you're gonna kill me. Yeah.
Don't start,
You made me drop my donut.
You and your donuts.
It was the last chocolate in Atlanta. Chocolate
Police work
side.
here.
You made me chop my chocolate donut. Like, shut up and do your job. So Jennifer runs into the room and stabs Mr. Thropping.
I did it! What was that? I did it!
The cops finally make their way into the house, and as they're about to go in, one of the neighbors just tries to invite himself in.
You stay here, sir. Why can't I go in? Because I said so.
Well, why can't I go in? Because I said so. Not because it's not your house, but because I said so. So after 5 minutes, the cops finally barge into the room with Howard.
She's my mom.
That's my wife.
That animal is your wife?
Well, you have to get to know her.
And this fucker Howard says, you have to get to know her. So after she changes back into a human, she's a little delirious and doesn't really know what's happening.
Why is there a dead animal on the floor?
And neither does Howard. And neither do the cops.
Why are the police here?
So Jennifer's like, I'll tell you guys everything. And Stacy says,
Let's tell the world.
let's tell the world! And that's exactly what they do. The next day, a news crew comes by and they tell the world everything.
Celia Selica, KSFB TV News, reporting live from the scene of one of the most bizarre and macabre stories in human history.
And they all lived happily ever after. Or so we think. Because you see, later that night, Stacy calls Jennifer and tells her,
Unless a formal exorcism is performed on the deceased werewolf, the one who killed it will transform within 24 hours of the slaying.
Good night, Stacy.
leaving it open for a sequel. Except there isn't a sequel. So this movie came out in 1989, right? And on the IMDb page for this director, Michael Fisher, there isn't another werewolf movie at all. Actually, the most recent movie that this man has done is called Rice Girl, and just judging by the poster, it looks very racist. So what did we learn today? Don't let creepy old men bite your toes. Because if you do, you might turn into a werewolf. Do you think this movie should have a sequel? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. This is my first time making one of these videos, and honestly, I had a lot of fun doing it. And while you're here, go ahead and subscribe. I got new content coming out all the time. See ya!